Most of the time, Batman is just a regular person who gets by because of his brilliant mind and years of training and experience. He doesn't have any superpowers or incredible abilities, at least most of the time. Because Batman also isn't above creating a whole bunch of incredible superhuman armors or trying to help him win a fight. And today, we're going to go through all these armors in order to find out what's Batman's most powerful suit of armor. So let's get to it. There once was a time when Batman had to deal with a new and improved Clayface, except he was fighting Clayface as Bruce Wayne, not Batman, and so obviously he lost, and Clayface went on to throw Bruce and Lucius Fox into a trash compactor to get rid of them. But it just so happened that it was the same trash compactor where Wayne Tech tossed all the experimental prototypes that didn't make it through the testing phase. That was how Batman found a suit of armor that looked suspiciously like the Batman Beyond armor, gave him flight and superhuman strength. While Batman wanted to keep it, Lucius Fox said that it was still 20 years till the armor could be cost effective. After the Amazo virus, created by Lex Luthor, of course, after it got out and went wild, entire cities started to become infected, and Batman being Batman, he had the perfect suit of armor on standby for just that occasion. The Hazmat suit could protect Batman from any virus that would potentially infect him. It also greatly increased his durability just on the whole, and helped Batman take all sorts of attacks. The Suit of Sorrows was first forged during the Crusades, created from the blades and armor of fallen Crusaders, and drove the knight who wore it to go absolutely insane and kill hundreds of people. So of course makes sense that Talia al Ghul would gift it to Batman, and Batman would put it on and try and wear it. It did make Batman stronger and faster when he put it on, but also made him much more violent, causing Batman to take it off and stop using it, keeping it stowed away in the Batcave. Now Batman is already a master of stealth. Just ask anyone who's tried to have a conversation only to turn around and realize they're talking to themselves. He's usually able to get away just from his years of training and experience, but that becomes a bit harder when you're trying to get away from superhumans with super senses. So Batman created an armor for just that reason, the stealth suit. It's able to function across the entire electromagnetic spectrum, sensing whatever someone is using to try and find the suit, and then coming up with the perfect counter camouflage to allow it to remain hidden. With that suit on, Batman was even able to hide from Superman. In the Justice miniseries, the Justice League found out that Brainiac had possessed not just the minds of all their worst villains, but also some of their friends and allies. In order to fight against a threat like this, the remaining heroes all needed special armors or protect them from Brainiac's control. And of course, Batman had already had his armor pre-built. It was built with a combination of Thanagarian and Atlantean technology, perfect for resisting mind control and fighting against some of the most powerful beings on the planet. Batman vs. the Predator is definitely the type of fight that you would argue about as kids, and who would have thought that the Predator got the leg up over Batman at first? So much so that it actually forced Batman to build his own anti-Predator armor, or hold his own in the fight. It was custom built to stop a predator, meaning that it had sonar built in to see through the Predator's invisibility tech, was very strong and tough enough to hold his own in a fight. And it worked. Batman beat the Predator and marked himself as one of the galaxy's most dangerous prey. The Man-Bat serum is a formula that causes a person to mutate into a horrifying half-human, half-bat hybrid, because comics. Here, after the death of his son, Batman injected himself with the Man-Bat serum and then put on the Suit of Sorrows, meaning that he was extremely powerful, could fly around and deliver electric shocks, was focused solely on revenge. After a battle with the prankster, Superman was sent into the Nanoverse, with Batman chasing after him. But because he's Batman, Batman had a plan for this and deployed his very own custom-built nanomech armor to help him out. It might be a little ridiculous looking, but it got the job done. It had blades, tasers, high-powered explosives, everything that one would need in order to hold their own against an angry, possessed Superman. In one of the stranger moments in Gotham City's history, it appeared that Batman died in a final battle with the Joker, and so the city asked Jim Gordon to take his place, become the next Batman. And because Jim hadn't had years of ninja training, well, he had to use a mechanized suit of armor to get on Batman's level. The armor gave Jim super strength, speed, durability, all of that. But it also let him fire up batarangs and even unleash some pretty great EMP blast. David Zabimbi was a former child soldier before becoming Batwing, a version of Batman operating out of Africa and joining up with Batman Incorporated. Luke Fox also took up the armor and even modified and made it more powerful, giving himself superhuman strength, speed, and durability, plus a jetpack and wings in order to fly around. First starting out in the Batman Beyond TV show, Terry McGinnis, Bruce Wayne's successor in the future, has worked his way into becoming a staple in the Bat family. And the Batman Beyond suit has become iconic. It gives Terry superhuman strength and agility, has its own built-in wings and weapons like batarangs and grappling guns, and it even has a cloaking ability to let Batman become invisible. So basically every ability and skill that you would need in order to be Batman, all built into the armor itself. When Batman discovered the existence of the mysterious Court of Owls organization, well, the court sent a bunch of undead Talon assassins after the Bat family in order to wipe them out and take over Gotham once and for all. These assassins were incredibly skilled and dangerous. Since they were already dead, well, they had amazing healing factors on top of it. But when they attacked the Batcave, well, they weren't ready for what Batman had in store. In the Thrasher armor, well, he was strong enough and tough enough to take them all on at once. He could even take on a small army in the suit if he wanted to. Batman is ready for pretty much anything that comes his way, and part of that preparation and planning was building a powerful suit of armor into the Batmobile. It gave Batman some incredible superhuman strength, but still allowed him to fly and be incredibly agile. And in the suit, Batman wasn't just beating some powerful villains, but he could stop a nuclear missile cold in its tracks. In one of the first meetings of DC's Trinity, well, three of their greatest villains had teamed up in order to take over the world. And while Superman is usually the one to fight against Bizarro, this time Batman armored up and took on the clone himself. It's got all sorts of weapons and gadgets perfect for taking on superhumans. It actually did pretty well in a fight with one of Superman's most powerful villains. It wasn't enough to actually beat Bizarro, but it did serve as a nice distraction until Superman was able to come in to save the day. Kingdom Come tells the story of a distant future in DC, where most of the Justice League and heroes that we know have gotten old and retired, with a new and more violent generation of heroes taking their place. However, Superman eventually decides to stand up against this, and Batman comes out of retirement to help his friend one last time. But because of his old age, well, he has to wear a powerful suit of armor in order to fight against these heroes. Man, does it do a good job. In this story, at least, Batman is on the same level as Superman. This is maybe one of the most iconic Batman armors in one of the most iconic Batman stories, and it's also one of the most powerful. An old and grizzled Batman is forced out of retirement in order to save Gotham one last time, and one of these new threats is Superman himself, who's become a weapon for the US government. And because Batman isn't able to fight Superman on his own, well, he creates a suit of armor that allowed him to hold his own in the fight. It's superhumanly strong and tough. It was custom built to defeat the Man of Steel. After Batman returned to Gotham from traveling through time, well, he decided to observe the Bat family and see how they were doing in his absence. In order to do that, well, he put on the Insider suit, a suit that was designed to hide his identity, but also mimic the powers of other superheroes. It's got different modes that are based on members of the Justice League, including a Speed Force mode, Heat Vision, Willpower like Green Lantern, and even insanely useful Teleportation mode. While Iron Man has got the Hulkbuster armor, Batman has got the Justice Buster, a suit designed to take down the entire Justice League all at once. And so it's got different weapons and protocols in order to take down each Justice League member, which came in real handy when the Joker turned the Justice League against Batman. He's got different ways to beat Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and Aquaman, but the biggest ones were the Flash and Superman. He had to spend billions of dollars in order to get the armor to move as fast as Flash, and he even gathered up microscopic red suns from dead solar systems in order to punch Superman in the face. You really don't want to piss off Batman. You especially don't want to stand in the way between him and his children, even if your name is Darkseid, the Lord of Apocalypse. The Hellbat suit was custom built by the Justice League in order to give Batman the edge in the fight. Superman formed the armor inside a sun. Wonder Woman forged part of it in Olympus. Then Cyborg built it all together. The Hellbat suit increases Batman's speed, strength, and durability to the point where he can beat Darkseid in a one-on-one fight. But the suit also comes with some major drawbacks. As Bruce wears it, it actually drains his metabolism in order to power the suit, meaning that if he wears it for long enough, he'll be killed. But it's so powerful that Hellbat is able to end most every fight before that happens. But even for as powerful as the Hellbat suit is, Batman's most powerful suit of armor has got to be the final Batsuit. During a trip to the 6th dimension, the Justice League were shown a vision of the future and what would be. In the future, Batman created a chair called the Sunbox. Then he built an armor around the Sunbox that would become the final Batsuit. This suit was able to change a person's heart cell by cell, meaning that it could completely rewrite a person's cells and force them to do whatever Batman wanted. And as if that wasn't enough, it's also more than powerful enough to fight against most of the Justice League at once, even true heavy hitters like Wonder Woman and Martian Manhunter. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're gonna see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.